Well, I mean, logically, if we demand the players to play more games, in more competitions, more travel, to more intensity, the only solution to do it is with more players. I don't see any other solution.
And in your case this season, it's a little bit of misfortune, I suppose, but is it difficult for you to try and work out what you're going to do this summer based on what's happened this season? Because it might have been, the season before you didn't have so many injuries, for example. Does it make it harder for you to...
It makes harder because there are some players that they're going to start the season after surgical interventions, and that's always a big question mark. And there are areas where we have acquired a bunch of those players, and that brings uncertainty because you don't really know how capable those players are going to be to sustain congested periods. So that's something that we are very busy with.
And do you think this problem has sort of come into the head in the last couple of seasons, or has it been building up for longer? Is it more of a recent phenomenon?
I think it's building for a while, and the fact that then, during the summer there are always competition, the African Cup. We're going to have a new competition coming up now this summer as well. So this is all adding up, and then the demands, the intensity, the quality, the pressure, everything is increasing, and it's great because we are making the game and the sport known in the world, and the quality that we can deliver is high, but I think we have to be very conscious that there are certain limits as well what the players can do.
Hi, Mikel. In terms of bigger squads, do you have a number in your head of actually how many you think right now would be, is it another 5 players, another 10 players, in terms to make it more suitable for the modern game?
Yeah, but the number is important, but it's just a number. And then who is within that number? So you can have 23 players, but 6 of them are coming post-injury to go for surgical injury to the next season. Or you can have 22 that they are all fit and they play 45 to 60 games and over 3,000 minutes. And they have a really high availability in the last 3 years. The number is the same. The squad's quality to cope with the load is very, very different. So the number is ideal, yeah, but tell me who and which profiles do you have within the team, and can they play in one position or can they have the versatility to play in other positions as well?
And in terms of White and Timber, I know you're going to make a decision tomorrow, but you can risk them.
Yeah.
Is it just too big of a risk to put them out if they're not 80, 90, 100%, if they're kind of 50%?
Yeah, well, with 80% a player that to play in the Premier League, it's already very tricky to do, and we know the history of him. But after the game, he was much better than we all expected. The next day as well. Today he was okay. So let's see, yeah.
And White?
And White was much better as well.
Some players may not be able to finish the game. Is that effectively Timber and White? If one of them starts, they can't finish the game.
I cannot tell you who is able to do.
Oh, come on, between friends.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, is the implication that your team tomorrow is you will have to look ahead to Monday in terms of your starting team, but also the changes you make within the game? Yeah.
Well, we always plan. We cannot just look ahead of one game in terms of the load that the players are going to be absorbing, and this context is not different, but not because it's Real Madrid, it's because it's what we always do, and understanding as well that we have some tricky situation in the last week or so.
When you sort of said to Jordan about the number of players, and you said about the next season, that Gabby and Kyle will come off serious injuries, you don't know how they're going to react. Does that mean this affects what you will do in the summer transfer market?
Let's see if affects, but we have to be very conscious of that because there are a lot of uncertainties in relation to what some of those players are going to be able to cope with, especially for the first 5-6 months of the season.
Okay, last couple. Isam first.
Hi, Mikel.
Hi.
Hamstring injuries across the league is a common occurrence this season. Going forward, particularly next season, could it mean players like Bukayo Saka, players like Kai Havertz, who are very crucial when they are fit, might have to not play them every game, as players have been doing this season? Not because it's your fault, just because of the injury risk of games that are there.
Yeah, but I don't know. So we have those discussions. I don't know how we're going to do it. For example, we have a situation with Gabby Magallanes. During the West Ham game, he felt something in his hamstring. We played 3 days later, 6 days later, and 9 days later. 3 days later, he said he was ready to play with a grade 1B. He said, I'm not feeling anything, I want to play. Massive fight not to play him. Day 6, this one definitely I have to play. Everybody's like, there is still a chance of a race to play. We decided after a big fight, don't play him. Day 9, another game. This one for sure. The dogs, there is a slight risk he can miss 5, 6, 7 weeks if he has an injury after that. We decided not to play him. On day 12, he played. But I was very tempted on day 6 to play. If I would have played on day 6 and he has the injury that he sustained now against Fulham and he misses 4 weeks, 4 months, I will be hammered. So sometimes you protect the player to this to happen, and when the player is totally protected, then this happens as well. There is an element, guys, that we cannot control. So we try to do our best. The medical staff, I suffer for them as well for everything that they do, because I know that they feel really responsible for that. But it is difficult to put just something into something when there is a lot of thought about how we make decisions.
How tricky is that for you when you have to make that decision, where it's literally...
And you want to play him, because the player is coming to your office, I want to play, I want to play, I want to play, I'm ready, I know my body, don't listen to the scan, you know, but then those things happen. That's why we have a really good team that we have to listen to, and you try to protect the players. But sometimes when you feel that they are very protected in the first half, this happens. If it happens after 80 minutes, 85 minutes, I can understand more. In the first half, it's a bit trickier, there's something else.
Aside from football, on a human level, do you ever sit there and actually worry about potential long-term effects it could have on these guys when they get into their 40s and 50s in the future?
Yeah, I know myself. My knee, my hip, this, my ankle, you know. There are the consequences of playing at the highest level in sport. But you have many other things in your life as well.
Okay, finally to Alan.
You've said the only solution is bigger squads, but if that increased rotation, how much more difficult does it take to build relationships between players like William and Gabriel, for instance, if you are having to change the starting 11?
Yeah, I mean, but that's our job as well, you know, and that's why we have now a lot of time to train, but to build those, and as well when you're recruiting or when you are making those connections, make sure that probably without a lot of training, just their qualities fit in to generate those connections and that cohesion between the units.
In your view, what would be the best way of putting that case forward to whether Premier League or the FA or even FIFA to have bigger squads?
The club, the people at the club, that they deal with all those organizations are the best ones with much more experience than me to put the right plan forward.
Do you have a favourite memory of being at Goodison Park?
Sorry?
Do you have a favourite memory of being at Goodison Park? Is there one that stands out?
I have a lot. We have a European game against Fiorentina that it was after many years that the team wasn't in Europe, that we had a beautiful night. But I have many.
Okay, guys.
Thank you.
Thank